Germany, 2006, the final. Zidane, in the last match of his career, headbutted Italian defender Materazzi in the chest. Red card. Walked off the pitch. Walked past the trophy, just meters away. He didn't look at it. French philosopher Baudrillard wrote, Zidane's headbutt was the most honest act of the century. He gave up everything, the trophy, the career, the legacy, for one moment's honor. Today's world cannot understand this because today's world has learned to sell everything. South Africa, 2010. The first World Cup on African soil. Nelson Mandela's country. But 6 days before the opening ceremony, Mandela's 13-year-old great-granddaughter was killed in a car accident on the way home from the opening concert. He came to the final in a wheelchair and said, "Football has the power to change the world." 3 years later, he was gone. It was his last great public appearance. For 1 month, vuvuzelas drowned out the sound of poverty. $11 billion were spent on stadiums. South African writer Zakes Smadah wrote, "That money could have built 50,000 homes. Instead, we got 1 month of song. Then everyone left. We remained with empty stadiums." Brazil again, 2014. The year before, 1 million people marched in 10 cities. The spark, a 20-cent bus fare increase. The fuel, billions spent on World Cup infrastructure while hospitals crumbled. Police fired tear gas. 5 people died. Then the tournament started. Brazil won their opening match, and the streets went quiet. Football bought silence, even in the middle of a revolution. And then came the semifinal, Germany versus Brazil. A camera in the crowd found a 12-year-old girl, Giuliani, on her father's shoulders, tears streaming down her face, hand covering her mouth. She said afterward, "I thought, my father saved up all year for this, and he's crying more than me." Brazil lost 7-1 on their own soil, in their own stadium. A new word was coined, minerazo, the second great blow. Novelist Verissimo wrote, 1950 made us weep. 2014 made us ashamed. Tears are honorable. Shame is not. Qatar, a desert nation. A World Cup vote taken in 2010 that, in the 12 years that followed, saw 16 of its 22 FIFA voters face charges of bribery or corruption. 7 stadiums were built from sand, built by workers from Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Pakistan, Kenya, many of whom had paid $3,000 to recruiters, borrowed against their village land. They lived 8 to 10 per room, sleeping in shifts, in 50-degree heat, under a system that held their passports and would not let them leave without their employer's permission. The Guardian found that between 2010 and 2020, at least 6,500 migrant workers had died in Qatar. During the World Cup itself, a 24-year-old Kenyan worker named John Kabuka Kaluka, who had helped build those stadiums and was now cleaning hotel rooms for arriving fans, fell in a bathroom and died. His family received no compensation. His mother said, "John told me he would build us a proper house. He came home in a coffin." No minute's silence, no flowers. The matches went on. But on that same pitch, Argentina versus France, quite possibly the greatest final ever played, it swung back and forth like something out of fiction. Argentina won. 36 years after Maradona, and Lionel Messi, who had spent his entire career under the weight of that ghost, finally raised the trophy. So here is what 90 years of World Cups have shown us. Football has been used by dictators. It has started wars. It has buried workers. It has broken goalkeepers. It has been sold, corrupted, manipulated by governments and cartels and billionaires. And yet, a boy who grew up in a refugee car park kicks a ball and becomes Croatia's greatest player. A child watches his father weep and promises to fix it, and keeps that promise in front of 200 million people. A goalkeeper who didn't even want to play for Germany refuses, and 15,000 people carry him through a Nazi-occupied city in silence, the most powerful funeral in football history. Why? Why does football do this to us? Camus, the goalkeeper turned philosopher, said, "On the football pitch, I first understood that the ball never comes from the direction you expect. This taught me more about life than anything else." And Galliano, the writer who started this whole story, said he would remain a beggar of football, wandering, waiting. And when good football came, he would thank God for the miracle, because you need nothing to play it. A ball made of rags, a patch of street, 2 stones for goalposts. The poorest child on earth can play it. The poorest country on earth can beat the richest. For 90 minutes. For 90 minutes, the mathematics of power becomes a lie. That's not a metaphor. That is the only real democracy most people ever experience in their lives. So here is my question to you. The next time you watch a World Cup and a goal goes in and the crowd erupts and you feel that feeling you can't quite explain, will you remember the workers who built the stadium, the mothers who walked in circles, the goalkeeper who died carrying a nation's guilt? Or will you just watch the ball? Because football is asking you to do both. That is its gift and its burden. The whistle blows. Against all likelihood, against all reason, against all evidence, I will remain a beggar of football.